in the shadow of the Carpathian mountains, under a stormy sky. A terrifying banner snaps in the wind. A wolf S head with a serpent S body. This was the Draco, the standard of the ghetto Dacians, a civilization shrouded in mystery, and one of ancient Rome's most formidable adversaries. For centuries, they were a thorn in the side of the mighty Republic, a people of legendary bravery and fierce independence. Who were these warriors from the north who dared to challenge the legions of Rome? Join us as we uncover the story of the Dacians, the wolves of the Carpathians. Before the rise of their great kingdom, the lands of ancient Dacia, which correspond roughly to modern-day Romania, were home to numerous ghetto-Dacian tribes. They were a Thracian people, known for their skill in metalworking, their rich spiritual life centered around the god Zalmoxis, and their fortified settlements perched high in the mountains. For a long time, they were a fractured people, their power divided. But that was all about to change with the arrival of a leader destined to unite them and forge an empire. Around 82 BC, a visionary king named Burebista came to power. He was a brilliant strategist and a charismatic leader who, with the help of his high priest Decianus, began the monumental task of unifying the scattered ghetto-Dacian tribes. Through diplomacy, alliances, and conquest, Burebista's influence spread like wildfire. He created a vast kingdom that stretched from the Black Sea to the Middle Danube, and from the Balkan Mountains to modern-day Slovakia. Ancient sources, like Strabo, claim that Burebista could field an army of 200,000 warriors. While this number might be an exaggeration, it reflects the very real fear he inspired in his neighbors, including the rapidly expanding Roman Republic. Burebista's Dacia was no longer just a collection of tribes, it was a superpower of the ancient world, a force to be reckoned with. So what made the Dacian warrior so feared on the battlefield? Let's paint a picture. The typical Dacian soldier was hardy and resilient, born and raised in the rugged mountain terrain. They wore simple tunics and trousers, often with a pointed cap called a pileus, a symbol of their noble status. But it wasn't their clothing that struck fear into the hearts of Roman legionaries. It was their weapon of choice, the falx. The falx was a vicious, two-handed curved blade, like a cross between a sword and a scythe. It was designed for one purpose, to bypass Roman defenses. Its hooked shape could reach around the large Roman shields, the scutum, and its sheer cutting power could slice through helmets and armor. The falx was so effective, so utterly devastating, that the Romans were forced to make specific modifications to their own equipment. They reinforced their helmets with crossbars and added extra protection to their arms and legs, all because of this one terrifying Dacian weapon. The falx became a symbol of Dacian martial prowess and their refusal to bow to conventional warfare. After Burebista's death, his vast kingdom fragmented, but the Dacian spirit of resistance lived on. A new, heroic king would rise to challenge Rome once more, his name forever etched in history, Decebalus. By the late 1st century AD, Decebalus had once again unified the Dacian tribes and began raiding Roman territory south of the Danube. This brought him into direct conflict with the Roman Empire, now at the height of its power under Emperor Trajan. What followed were two of the most brutal and costly wars in Roman history, the Dacian Wars. The First Dacian War began in 101 AD. Trajan, a seasoned military commander, marched his legions across the Danube, expecting a swift victory. But Decebalus was a brilliant tactician. He used the mountainous terrain to his advantage, launching guerrilla-style attacks and luring the Romans into deadly ambushes. The Dacians fought with incredible ferocity from their network of stone fortresses known as davas, turning every valley and mountain pass into a battlefield, while Trajan eventually managed to force Decebalus to sue for peace in 102 AD. It was a hard-won and temporary victory. Decebalus was not a man to accept defeat. He immediately began rearming and seeking allies, preparing for the inevitable second round. The final, climactic confrontation began in 105 AD. Trajan, determined to end the Dacian threat once and for all, assembled one of the largest Roman armies ever seen. He had a magnificent bridge built across the Danube, a marvel of engineering designed to ensure his supply lines and demonstrate Roman resolve. The Second Dacian War was even more savage than the first. The legions systematically besieged and destroyed the Dacian fortresses one by one, pushing deeper into the heart of the kingdom. The ultimate target was the Dacian capital and sacred center, Sarmizegetusa Regia, a fortress complex hidden deep within the Orestian Mountains. The siege of Sarmizegetusa was a desperate, bloody affair. The Dacians defended their capital with the courage of cornered wolves, but the relentless Roman war machine was too powerful. After a long and brutal siege, the city's water supply was cut, and the capital fell. The Romans sacked and burned the city, a tragic end to the heart of the Dacian civilization. Faced with capture, the proud king Decebalus chose to take his own life rather than be paraded through the streets of Rome in a triumph. His death marked the end of an independent Dacia. With the fall of Sarmizegetusa and the death of Decebalus, Dacia became a Roman province. The conquest was a massive victory for Trajan, who celebrated with extravagant games in Rome and commemorated his triumph with the famous Trajan's Column, a magnificent spiral frieze that depicts the entire story of the wars in stone. The Romans heavily colonized the new province, and its rich gold and silver mines filled the empire's treasury. Over time, the Dacian population was assimilated, their language replaced by Latin, giving rise to the modern Romanian language. But the story of the Dacians did not end there. Their legacy endures. They are remembered as one of history's greatest warrior cultures, a people who, against all odds, stood up to the mightiest empire the world had ever known. Their symbols, like the Draco, and the names of their heroes, Burebista and Decebalus, are an integral part of Romania's national identity. They are a testament to the enduring power of courage, independence, and the untamable spirit of those who would rather die free than live as slaves. The wolves of the Carpathians may have been conquered, but their echo howls through history. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more deep dives into history's most fascinating stories. Let us know in the comments which ancient civilization you'd like to see us cover next. Until then, stay curious.